So that confirms what I was telling you, that Japan are 1-love up in the tie after the first men's singles. So now we turn our attention to the first men's doubles. And Takeshi Kamura and Keigo Sonoda of Japan up against Matthias BOE and CONRAD-PETERSEN. Now this was a huge surprise to me when I saw the team list earlier this afternoon, because as I was telling you earlier, BOE and CONRAD have only played 2 previous matches together. That's in international competition. That was in the last Thomas Cup in Kunshan 2 years ago. There is the magnificent Thomas Cup trophy. First finals back in 1949. 69 years ago. This, of course, is the 30th edition of the Thomas Cup, and Japan have only ever been in one final, and that was 4 years ago when they won the title, beating Malaysia 3-2 in an absolute thriller. Denmark, of course, today, the defending champions, are looking to reach the final for a 10th time in their history. Well, Steen, this is either a inspirational selection, or the Danish coaches could be made to look a little bit silly here. It was a huge gamble, in my opinion, but you know more of the inside scoop on this, or the inside theory?
Yeah, not that much. I just know that it's a deliberate selection. It's not something that has to do with injuries or anything. And of course you start researching the head-to-heads for Conrad and Kolding against Kamura and Sonoda, and it's actually quite decent. I think it's 4-5 in favor of the Japanese pair. But then you see that Sonoda and Kamura have won the last 3 encounters against Conrad and Kolding, but it takes a little bit of guts to split a pair that's won all their matches at the campaign, even though maybe only 2 matches are really to be taken into account. But on the other hand, the Danes played Sosonov and Ivanov also.
Yeah. And that Russian pair, of course, are former European champions and former All England champions. So not surprising this is the first meeting between the 2 pairs, considering these 2 Danes have only played 2 previous matches together. Well, if you haven't seen Sonoda before, he's a very busy player on court. He never stands still. He has to stand still when he's receiving serve. That's the rules. But apart from that, he'll be twitching and he'll be moving about. He's always very hyped up and very active on court. So first of all, his partner, Takeshi Kamura, is 28 years of age, born in Karatsu City in Saga on the northwest of the island of Kyushu. Currently number 6 in the world ranking. They had been as high as 2, total of 4 weeks as world number 2s. Keigo Sonoda, born in Yatsushiro City in Kumamoto Prefecture, and they, as a pair, won a bronze medal at last year's World Championships in Glasgow. Lost out to Mohamed Hassan and Rianagan Saputro, who ended up with the silver medal. Now, they lost on Tuesday to the German pair of Lamsfuss and Seidel in 3 games. They also had 3 games in the last of their group matches against Chinese Taipei, Li Chehui and Li Yan. But yesterday, in the quarterfinal, beat Bastien Cossade and Julien Mayo. So to the left-handed Matthias BOE, 37 years of age. And Mads has the record of the oldest winner of a men's doubles Super Series title, but he's not the oldest finalist at a Super Series tournament, and now we've got the World Tour. He will never be able to beat that unless we count the World Tour the same as Super Series, which I think in a way we probably should. Mads Conrad-Pedersen is 30 years of age, and he's at a current world high of 5 with his regular partner Mads Colling. In fact, they're enjoying their second week as world number 5s. Between them, they have 9 European Championship medals, and that is a little misleading because Mads Conrad has played all 4 matches so far with Mads Colling, and Matthias BOE has played 3 of the 4. The only match he didn't play was on Tuesday against Russia, and apart from that, he's been playing the other 3 matches in the campaign with Matthias Christiansen. Well, I say he played the other 3 matches. Of course, he wasn't required last night. He was selected but didn't play because Denmark had already won the tie. Paul Buffum from England is the umpire, and Ivo Kassel from Switzerland, the service judge. So, huge pressure, in my opinion, on the Danish combination. But Matthias BOE, vastly experienced.
And that could exactly be something that the Danish national coaches has emphasized. They wanted to get the most experienced player into play early in this team.
SONODA. And on my left, Denmark, represented by Matthias BOE and Mads Conrad-Pedersen. Japan to serve. SONODA to Mads Conrad-Pedersen. Lowell. Play.
Well, of the 2 Japanese players, I think we can expect Takeshi KAMURA to be hunting the shuttle at the front of the court as much as possible. It's definitely a favoured formation to have him at the front and SONODA at the back.
Yeah, I totally agree. We saw them play at the Euro finale in Dubai, and they played really well, beat Sukamuljo and Gideon in the group stage. Played extremely fast, but then suddenly in the it was actually during the group stage, I think, they found out that if they lifted to the Japanese pair, especially to KAMURA, then he would lose a lot of his power quite quickly and his dangerousness at the net. So I don't know if the Danes have seen that match and are trying to emulate some of that, but if they lift to SONODA like here, he's ready to work for a long time, even though we can see he has some strapping on his shoulders, and
yeah,
maybe that has something to do with the loss to the German pair Seidel and Lamsfuss.
Service over.
That was a surprise defeat, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was to me too.
But they're coming off Asian Games silver medalist, right?
Asian Championships.
Asian Championships, that's right. Losing out to Lee Junhui and Liu Chen, but beating both the reigning world champions and the Olympic silver medalist on the road to the final. So it's a little bit difficult to judge their form, whether they are in really good form or they're a little bit shaky.
Service over. 3-4.
Yeah, good smash, good placement.
4-4.
Oh yes, good placement, good interception. There was something that I was a little bit concerned about in my own mind, Steen, when I saw this doubles partnership for the lineup today. And I always think of Matthias Bo being particularly good at the front court area. That's where he likes to be when he's playing with his regular partner, Carsten Morgensen. But I also think that Mads Conrad, he's the front court player as well in his regular partnership. And I wondered how this was going to work with the two front court players put together.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes it can be refreshing to play in a new partnership because you have to take up new roles, and it also gives the opponents very little knowledge about you. There's not that much video material on these two Danes together. Plus, both of them are really, really good in the flat game, and I mean, you can say a lot of good things about Mads Kolding, but the partner of Mads Conrad, the normal partner, but being really, really strong in the flat game, that's not his biggest force. That's the smashes, and we know that the Japanese pair has an extremely solid defense. So maybe it's a little bit about Danes being able to if not challenge, then at least match the Japanese pair in the fast-paced flat game.
Interesting.
I also think that both Danes have played extremely well the last 2 days. We didn't see Matthias Bo in action yesterday, but played extremely well against Malaysia in the group tie there, together with Matthias Christiansen, and Mads Conrad yesterday against Korea really took responsibility in creating the opportunities on the front court. So two players in good shape.
Yeah.
They put on court the Danish coaches.
7-5.
Both players good at spotting the openings on the opponent's side, and that could give them the upper hand.
Yes. Did well to control that.
Service over.
I remember a Thomas Cup campaign in 2000 where Rexy Meineke, the now head of sports here in Thailand, was put in a combination with Tony Gunnarsson, and we all wondered who was going to be the backcourt player there, but there was none. We simply couldn't get it past any of them at the net.
Play.
I'd forgotten that, you know. Yeah. Yes. Priorities
Service
best.
over. 8-6.
Excellent.
Oh, yes.
And if, I mean, Bo, he was looking
9-6.
or running directly at this spot. And that's such a good ability to have the courage to just focus on one spot at the net. And okay, if you play it somewhere else, then my partner has to take care of business.
Oh, that's a great shot from Mads Conrad. My goodness, they generated power to keep it flat over the net and deep into that forehand corner. Well, virtually no backswing of the racket. It's way long for that line.
11-6.
So 11-6, the advantage to Denmark at the mid-game interval of this opening game. 9 minutes played.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach.
So Park Jabon and Ryomi Manaki, the Japanese coaches. Jakob Høj for Denmark. Did you manage to catch any of that, Steen?
No, not really, not except that they were going to block, but I have no idea when they were going to block. Maybe in the flat game, first time in the flat game or something like that. Anyway, it's a very important coaching for the Japanese team here. They must be a little bit more in the dark as what to expect from these two Danes than the other way around. So
yeah,
interesting to see if there's changes, whether they will play a little bit more defensively or they will start hitting steeper smashes, drop shots.
12-6.
And they're dominating these service situations, Danes, in my opinion. Probably the phase in the game where SONODA is not as creative as the three other players.
Service over. 7-12.
And so far it looks like a brilliant decision to put these two Danes together.
Service over.
yeah, it looked a little tentative to me there.
Yeah, and it's not a good choice in my opinion. Had it gone over, I think he would have just been facing a block in the other side. There's no chance, really good defense, flat defense, no chance of killing it.
Service over.
Helped by the net cord there, KAMURA.
13.
Yeah, badly deflected. So difficult to time the return when that happens. That's a good lift from there. No, it's not the time for trick shots.
9-13. Service over.
Really such an effort to take the return of serve early. Look at that.
good plan by the Danes to target Sonoda in the service situation.
Oh, good defense. Oh, wonderful. Now that, of course, is the problem with a scratch pairing. There isn't that complete understanding of knowing who's going to cover what shot.
No, Mads Conrad definitely thought that was going to be a power smash, otherwise he wouldn't have moved away from the net.
Play.
Yeah, there's a misunderstanding again. What a rally. Unbelievable. Oh, it's just long.
11-14. Ready, Mads.
Fast exchanges, the reactions.
Matthias, Mads, back onto court. Quickly.
You know, he must be very hot in those compression stockings, Kamura.
I've often thought about that.
Hot, humid conditions here in Bangkok.
Yeah.
11-14.
It's like a foot spa in those shoes.
Yes. A shocking serve, but all credit to Mads Conrad for throwing the outright winner.
11.
There's another neck cord on the return of serve, deflecting the shuttle.
Great attack by the Danes.
16-12.
Worked well for Mads Conrad to hit on the outer side of Sonoda there. Inviting his left-handed partner to intercept.
Yeah.
Service over. 13-16.
Japanese pair, if they want to win this, have to get on the attack still.
Yeah, and that's the way the Japanese want to switch it around. Kamura, maximum 1-2 smashes on the backcourt, then move forward and leave the hard work to Sonoda. Yeah, there's no pairs in the world now since Lee Yong-dae is not playing international tournaments. There's no pairs in the world that are winning from a defensive position any longer.
17-13.
Springs broke in the rackets of Keigo Sonoda.
Ready, Matthias.
And a good thing to get variation on the services, especially to this man, KAMURA.
Out.
He wants to make a return on a short serve and stay on the front court.
I can't believe they challenged that.
No.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
We're quite high up in the
13.
stadium, and of course that's the far end of the court from where we're looking as well, and we could clearly see that as out. Was that a tactical challenge, do you think?
Maybe to get a little break. Need some points now, KAMURA and SONODA, otherwise the Danes will run away with the first game.
Service over.
Well, for the Japanese pair in this opening game, it's now or never, I suspect. Got to start making inroads and close down this deficit.
Play.
Mistime that. Comes under the net.
18.
Here he is fidgeting about.
There's not many seconds around the serve that he's still.
Well left.
Service over. 19-15.
So 2 points away from the opening game, the Danes.
Service over. 16-19.
Great drop shot there to get the Danes a little out of position by SONODA.
Put them out of position, and plus, of course, the defenders don't get in a rhythm of always defending the same pace of shot.
17-19.
Well, what happened there? Did it touch him? Touched him.
Yeah.
Tried to get out of the way and couldn't. Oh, that's superb. There's just 1 point in it now.
19.
And that's exactly where you want to place the shuttle when your opponent is playing front court, back court player.
5 of the last 6 points to the Japanese pair.
Since 18-13, where they took that challenge.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't tactical, it certainly worked for them, got themselves back in, but here is a game point
20.
opportunity,
Game point,
2 of them to be
18.
precise, for the Danes.
Play.
And they convert on their first. 21-18 opening game in 22 minutes. And Denmark are looking good in this men's doubles.
セーフィスから自分ロンもできるし、自分ソフト今綺麗ですよ。ソフトまでここ頭ちょっとね。頭も同じセーフィスも綺麗ね。ほとんどセーフィス頭ね。止める。もちろん止めるね。で後ろ側の。もちろん右も今ちょっと緊張だよ。ちょっと緊張だから。
Det er vildt sejt, det går også til sidst. De ting, der lykkes, som lykkes konsekvent, det er, når vi kommer op på maskeringen, hvor vi bruger som bagmand. Den får vi hver gang. Rene som snore som bagmand. Det er de kald, jeg sidder og laver derude. Ellers må jeg gerne styre dig også. Nogle gange en enkelt gang, hvor du gerne kalde det, men nu ligger vi lige på. Ben på. Stadig husk nogle gange, hvis du kan. Det er fordi, når du kommer ind, den der du er så god til for din ulige side.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, both sets of coaches appeared to be working very hard there. I know you couldn't hear all of the Danish talk there, Steen, but did you manage to pick up anything?
No, actually not, except I heard Mathias BWF praise his partner, Mads CONRAD-PETERSEN, and when you do this that you're so good at, and it's just typical in my opinion, because we've heard him and Carsten Morgensen so many times discuss constructively what to do.
Yeah.
So important.
So going to the good Denmark. Keep this going and level the tie. That might be the first service error of the match. Indeed. Oh, what a return of serve. But Steen, you have to question, when you're serving to the left-hander there, the natural shot for the left-hander is to play that little backhand tip down.
Exactly.
Why are you serving that?
I have no idea. I mean, variation of the serve is the key, in my opinion, after this new experimental service rule. Otherwise, the pressure will become too big, and if you as an opponent know exactly where the service is going to come every time, you get into a rhythm.
Good interception. Yeah.
Service over.
I think the point you made earlier, Steen, I'm seeing it more and more now, that the Japanese pair look bewildered. What are they supposed to do?
Yeah. Because they are maybe not losing the flat game, but they're losing when the Danes are a little above the tape from mid-court area. They tend to turn them into points. So should they play a more defensive style and lift more? But I still think so far the Danes have played very wisely in the attack.
3-all.
Good placement.
Service over.
And we've seen it also when he plays with Carsten Morgensen, his regular partner for 13 years plus. that sometimes when Mathias BOE is on the backcourt, his smashes are actually more effective than Morgensen's because they have this angle with in them. It's the second
Service over.
figure that's gone long.
Yes.
Conrad, but again to KAMURA.
3 of the 4 points earned by Japan in this game so far come from service errors from the Danes.
And the last one for that unreturnable net court.
Service over. 5-4.
Service error by KAMURA. I think it's an indication of how all players are realizing that the service situation, the return and the third shot are vital in this.
Yeah,
And they're feeling under pressure. They have to make it as tight as possible.
definitely. And that was exactly where I found some comfort for Conrad and Colling, even though they'd lost the previous 3 games to SONODA and KAMURA. They hadn't played them since this new service rule, and I know that everybody's saying, yeah, it's a huge disadvantage for Colling having to serve below 1.15 meters over the floor, and it is, but the Danes are really, really good returners, so it's not like the Japanese can just serve as they used to. They also had to adjust their service, so they get much better returning chances, the Danes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Play.
Good defense.
Yeah, drop shots to KAMURA, sorry, to SONODA,
Service over.
because he doesn't want to play a creative shot and stay on the front court. So the Danes are pretty certain to get a lift back from him if they play him with a drop shot.
That was an excellent serve.
And this could seem as interceptions by SONODA. It isn't. It's the Danes targeting him on the front court and simply playing it directly into the face of him and sort of saying, okay, if you can beat us from here, then that's fine.
Yeah. But they don't obviously believe that he can. That's why they're doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Matthias. Play.
So, I mean, for the Japanese pair, get out of the service situation and get the KAMURA to the net.
7-4.
Well played here, making the court big.
I just feel we've reached a crucial stage of this match scene. Do you get the same feeling?
Yes, I do. I have the feeling that the Danes so far are pretty satisfied and are on their way to sort of creating this 2-3 point lead. If it doesn't go that way, then it's clearly to the advantage of the Japanese pair. This is now where they must begin to score points and create a little cushion before going into the final stages of this second game, having lost the first. Expect the return towards the backcourt player.
Service over. 8-7.
they're returning well, Danes. So maybe a flicker or two from the Japanese pair would do wonders for them. Moved by Kamura.
It's going wide. Oh, goodness me, it almost came back in. I thought that was going a long way wide. Just an indication of the amount of sideways drift.
And in the beginning of that rally, it was like Kamura, he was almost moving in front of Sonoda, so they were both standing in that backhand corner on the far side of the court. Backhand net corner.
Oh, that's a terrible serve. They got away with it. In fact, won the rally.
And it's amazing to come back from a service like that. A number of players would sort of lose their concentration because it's so high, but BOE, he knows he can't do anything about it. He can be ready for the next one, and he makes the kill at the net.
Yeah. Oh, strings have gone, I think. Oh no.
Excellent play.
Yeah. So to the mid-game interval, the Danes with a 4-point advantage. Yeah, the fact that he had moved forward, stood his ground on his defence. Look at that. It is so noisy here in the Impact Arena. It's almost impossible, I think, to hear the coaches.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything of what he said, but I'm not sure he said anything at all, actually. Things are going according to plan for the Danes.
Perhaps we ought to quickly explain about the fact that a scratch pairing, BOE and Conrad, can be the first men's doubles when the European champions. Yeah. It's about a notional ranking.
That's the notional ranking. You take the points that Mathias BOE has with Carsten Morgensen, add them with the points that Mads Conrad has with Mads Kolding, divide them by 2 and take 80% of that amount. And if that is higher than the pair they're playing in the second double, in this case Kim Astrup and Anna Skorup, then the scratch pair is the first men's doubles. That was again exactly the same service return we saw earlier in this second game. Brilliantly executed by Mathias BOE. I can't remember seeing him play the opposite corner, for instance, the long backhand corner. I think the Japanese should be able to construct some video cuts from BOE and Morgensen's matches against Kamura and Sonoda and sort of roll all the service returns from BOE in one film.
12-9. Play. Service over. 10-12.
Oh, that's well left.
That was an attempt at a really flat service from
13-10.
KAMURA. Not very well executed.
Oh, he's pushed it wide, KAMURA.
14-10.
Well, if you're a Japanese fan, you'll be feeling a little anxious right now. Oh, that's brilliant. He plays that round the head sort of flat shot so well.
He's been doing that for a number of years, Mathias BOE, and that's what he covers. And as Conrad, of course, very, very agile, covers a lot of mark around BOE.
Good flick serve. Yeah.
And it's looking a little bit like the first men's singles we saw, just the tides are a little bit turned. It's the Danes in the driving seat in this first men's doubles. Seems like they don't have a plan, KAMURA and SONODA.
Lightning quick. Takeshi KAMURA.
And he's so good there when he plays a service return where you can't really get it away from him on the next shot. So service return and the fourth shot coverage, extremely good. Same return.
Oh, how did he get back that net cord? In the end, to no avail.
17-11.
That's a fantastic save by Keiko SONODA. Also shows the importance of follow-up. Mads Conrad is coming all the way from the back line to kill that one at the net.
Well, it was purely instinctive defensive shot there from Mathias BOE. I thought it was in. Oh no, good challenge. Just out. Very good challenge.
Out. Service over. 12-17. Play. Takeshi.
Yeah. Japanese pair in the wrong formation. Well spotted by the umpire, Paul Buffum.
Perfect service return.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where I feel that the returners have gotten an advantage. People are talking about the disadvantage for the server, but it's also an advantage for the players that are really, really good returners. So if you're a little taller than most of the players and has a big reach, then you have a little advantage on the returns, I think.
Well,
19-12.
2 points away from winning the second match in the tie and levelling the overall tie at 1 match apiece.
Lots of credit to the two guys on the Danish coaching chairs, Kenneth Jonas and Jakob Høj.
Yeah, their players fully justifying this selection.
And it really takes some guts to split undefeated first men's doubles #5 on the world ranking.
White court, please. White court.
But we talked about it 2 years ago, that when your replacement is an Olympic silver medalist and
Yes.
former World Championship silver medalist as well, then it might not be so bad. And they look to be in extremely good shape, both Mathias BOE and Mads CONRAD-PETERSEN.
A rare loose shot at the front of the court from Mathias BOE.
19.
Oh yes, well done, because that was huge pressure from the Danes.
19.
It was. So, time for another service return from Mathias BOE. It's down to the middle.
Well,
Service over.
it is match point opportunities
20.
for
Match
this
point.
scratch pairing.
15.
And match point opportunities, of course, for Denmark to level this tie.
Game.
Only needed the one. So the courage of the selection to go with this scratch pair has been fully justified. 2 straight games against the current world #6 ranked pair, KAMURA and SONODA. Mathias BOE and Mads CONRAD coming through 21-18, 21-15 in 46
Match won by
minutes.
Denmark. 21-18, 21-15.
The delight, and rightly so. It was an inspired decision to select these 2 Danes playing together. And the Japanese pair looked totally bewildered as to know what tactics to use.